morning, YouTube. Hey, I've got a little experiment that I'm going to try. I actually picked this up a couple weeks ago. This little glass, what I think is some sort of a heat diffuser. At first I thought this might have been on the top of a stack. It's got a very complex, like 3-step burner inside. This doesn't do anything. This is just literally just to be able to move it around when it's hot. I've tried to Google photo this. It just comes up with kerosene heater is what it says. There's no font, no tank, no special lighting, but it is glass and it does have like a 3 partition in here. What I know of something like this is sometimes when you get something, so when you have like a stove like this and you get it hot, there's a lot of fuel vapors are not actually getting fully burned. They're getting burned somewhat. Like for instance, a good example is when you see that yellow flame or orange flame. That is fuel that's really not getting, totally burned, or it doesn't have the right air mixture. So you've seen heat drums before that actually go on here and capture the heat, and this gets really super hot, and it actually, in my opinion, sort of creates a secondary flame, and you would get more heat. Plus it traps the heat down low and allows the heat to escape, in a more precise way so that you can keep the heat near you. Sporting event, tent, that type of thing. So this is your traditional heat drum. There's really no business inside there. It's just basically a can. You could easily make something like this. That's what the top looks like. And it's got 2 clips, or is it 3 clips? Yeah, 2 clips here on the side that basically grip underneath the burner plate. So I thought it would be a good idea is to take my temperature gun, get this thing fired up, let this thing run, fire a couple temperature rate readings off the top of this and the side, and then try this. What do you think? Kind of a fun experiment before I put it away. I don't know what to think about it. What do you think? I'd love to hear your comments. If you want to participate in this, grab a cup of coffee and let's do this. First thing we're going to do is let's pump up the old 502. Oh, get this in here. We're not going to do this, give this a super, oh, this thing is hard as a rock. Oh boy, that's interesting. I must have never had this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to introduce some heat to it. Warm up. Woo. Not that hot. Warm up those fibers. Just heat, not flame. Let's see if that will allow me to kind of work this. You don't want to crack it. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, that did it. That's odd. I've used this stove before. There we go. Fibers are loosening up. Pulling that back, give this a dunk. Let's give that tubing there a little squirt and get this right back in here. There we go. I hope everybody is going to have a great Saturday. I'm just waiting for the booth to open. I've got a bunch of stuff to drop down there. No yard sailing this weekend. What do you think of that? Too much boat business. Moving, doing some cleaning and arranging and stuff. I know I promised you guys a video of my project, my cleanup project of my shop. I'm still working on it, and it's still going strong. I'll probably have something for you this winter. There we go. Nice. All right, let's see. Get this lined up. I need my needle nose. something like it. There we go. Good to go. Put this back. And this, now we got some oil in there. We'll give her a little wipe down. What do we got here? It's a 1970. May 1970. Give it a little wipe down. And my cap to my pump juice. Took a little hike. Now let's pump it up. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. Heat her up. There we go. I'm going to give it a little head start before we start putting anything on top of it. I don't know if you saw this. I picked this up at that thrift store up in what was it? Coleman. And you can see here's the outer collar. Then you got a secondary inner. Then you got another inner. Then you got a diffuser. And deep down in there, there's two support rods. There's a rod that goes across finger to finger, and a rod that goes, so it goes like this, and that's just keeping the inner collars from sliding around. So there's nothing, this doesn't pull back, this doesn't pull up. It is absolutely a mystery. It really is. So about 470. Now let's put this on the heat drum, and let's give it some time and see if it compounds the heat. It is definitely trapping the heat and then just diffusing the heat outward. So it's roughly the same, heat, but it's clearly staying down here where you'd be sitting and needing the heat, not just drifting up into space. Let me get it from up here. Yeah, just under 600 degrees. So let's take this off of here. Like so. We'll set this down here on my floor, and let's put this baby on there and see what happens. Okay, so this does have a diffuser, just like that one on the top, but it's letting some heat out vertically, but not out the sideways. But then it has this glass. So let's see what happens. All right, here it is. So less heat from the sides. I mean, honestly, very little heat permeates from the side. It's all about the top, and it is hot, hot. I was expecting to see these inner metal. I was expecting to see this glow, and it's been on here for 20 minutes. I think if it was going to glow, it would do it now. Let's test the temperature. All right. .600 degrees. 606. So about the same. About the same. So I guess if you wanted the heat to rise, this is the one to use. If you want the heat to stop and then come out the sides, then the regular old heat drum. You know, I don't know what this thing's for. I would love to hear from you guys if you guys have an idea what this is for. I would think it's definitely too fancy for just to be on the end of a stovepipe. What do you think? Thanks for sticking around, taking a look at the little experiment. I'm sorry that it wasn't drastic differences, but you know, we'll see. I'm going to keep playing with it. You guys have a great Saturday, and I'll see you around.